Extreme, let's get it.
Good. GM, we're back, everybody. What's good, everybody?
And we're back. Thank God we're back because the markets are bleeding, panic is high. But guys, it's very simple. We have nothing to worry about. And if you are surprised, you're
Well,
stupid, but I love you.
no, welcome to the channel, Mike. We must accept them as who they are. You're not
Mhm,
stupid. I don't think Mike's meaning that.
mhm.
I'm just kidding. But if you're new, welcome. Because I did read the comments, Mike, from last videos. A lot of people saying these guys don't know what they're talking about. Okay, let me clarify some things for the people who are new here and say to us that we have no idea what we're talking about. Mike and I, the Bitcoining and me, we have been doing this since 2022 and doing 2022, 2021. Doing this, I mean speaking our minds, our opinions, and thinking about where the price could go. So everybody is saying that what we are saying is not correct. Either one or two things: didn't look at the past videos, or two, they don't understand what they're doing. Because in my opinion, we have been clear enough every week stating what should happen, what should not happen. But I guess they're scared. Of course, they're scared. They're just PABs, Mike. You know what it is. And in my opinion, this is the one of the best opportunities that we could ever have or wished for, because all the fundamentals, all the good news, nothing has changed for Bitcoin. Only the price has gone down, but everybody just keeps on buying. Pension funds, they're saying they want to accept this. Banks are going to say the balance sheet, this and that. So I really don't understand what's happening. Only the fugazi about the tariffs. And in recent podcasts, like the past few weeks, we talked about the tariffs. They're all short-term fugazi, especially now that China has entered the battlefield. So what's the take on that, Mike?
You gave me an idea because you're saying last video there were some comments. Let's pull them up. Let's put them on the screen and let's discuss some of them because I've been reading some of my notifications as well. And I can only think that people are either uninformed, like you're saying, or they don't know what's happening. And people get so emotional. It happens every cycle. And especially this cycle, especially right now, is a very special moment in time because um, I announced it last Sunday before these other crashes. Of course, we have been anticipating the 2nd of April already. We Trump has been announcing for almost a month, I think, that these tariffs would happen. We've already seen the markets crash during this period. So I'm surprised people are surprised at all. And then during the weekend, we already announced we're going to see more tariffs happening this week. So, of course, they happened. Of course, China retaliated. Of course, the prices went down even more. And I'm, to be honest, kind of happy that Bitcoin is standing strong. So it's mostly the stocks that are decreasing right now. So I'm very optimistic still. I have made a special video in Dutch for the VIP members who can view this one in the chats. But shall we pull up some comments and discuss them
Yeah, man, please, let's do it.
per comment? Okay, so let me just. I think I have to share my screen. Just give me a second because I'm on a different browser to do this right now. Um, so first of all, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share my entire screen. So let me close some apps. Um, Full screen. Oh, let's put this one. Okay. So we have some YouTube comments here. First one is M. Burke, and he's saying 400,000 Bitcoin with a laughing emoji. And I commented basically in Dutch, still, it's hard to have a vision, isn't it? And then he replied, 400,000 is achievable, but to say that this will happen between now and 2 or 3 years is crazy or too
What?
far-fetched. Dear brother, you are such an idiot. You're stupid, but I love you. It is insane to me that people think it will take more than 2 or 3 years for Bitcoin to reach 400,000. I think you are pretty much insane if you think this is the case because the prices are low right now, and this is where I've been recording a webinar, which is the video I was talking about before for the VIP. It is in Dutch, so not everybody can watch it. But what I'm explaining there is that the entire markets, and I've been talking about this last Sunday in the VIP live stream as well. It's such a historical moment what's happening right now. We haven't seen this volatility. We haven't seen these crashes. Only with like Black Monday, the 2008 financial crash, with the COVID crash. What is happening in front of us, and we're in the middle of it, is so fucking special. It is so special. It's so unique, and it is for all markets. Japan is crashing. China is crashing. The US stocks are crashing. Gold rebounds today, but was crashing as well. Everything is crashing. But it doesn't change the fact that Bitcoin is still the best asset in the world. It is the most decentralized, it's the most scarce, it is the most transparent, it is the one that cannot be manipulated by anything. It is, and the only risk that was even there was the risk of governments interfering. But now we have the most pro-Bitcoin administration you could wish for. We have the SEC dropping all cases for the DOJ. We're seeing so much bullish news on bullish news on bullish news. You are honestly, sorry that I put it this way and phrase it this way, but you're stupid. I cannot, it's hard to ignore so many facts. If we're looking at the Bitcoin hash rate is going to all-time highs, the only reason we're seeing slightly lower prices, because let's come on, face it, man, the top was 109K. We're now at like 70 or something. It isn't that much of a crash, to be honest. It could be way worse, specifically for Bitcoin. I know that a lot of the altcoins are down, but Bitcoin is still the answer. Bitcoin is being bought in immense quantities. We're seeing the new versus old will charts are increasing by far. The people who have millions to spend are buying Bitcoin right now. Strategy is buying Bitcoin right now. BlackRock is buying Bitcoin right now. The only people crying at home are idiots that are commenting on our videos, putting a notification, saying that they don't have the ability to comprehend facts and think with a vision. That's the only thing that's happening right now. Everybody with common sense, with a vision, is buying Bitcoin. So it's very hard for me to read these comments because they must follow our videos, otherwise you wouldn't comment. So if we're talking about these things for the last 3 years at least, consistently about the same things that are happening, how can you throw out a vision, or how can you throw out all the details, where all the facts we're talking about for so long? How can you throw them out after something historical, a black swan perhaps, is happening in front of us, where Trump is actually doing what is necessary to save the economy, to save the deficit they were having, to save a global crisis? Honestly, this is basically what you want. This is what should have been done, and we've been talking about this for so long. We were talking about this when Argentina was doing this for the first time, which pretty much saved their economy. They're now in a surplus, they're going great, they fixed much of the poverty. So it's very hard for me to comprehend that people now are looking at temporary prices because of really great negotiations. But because, let's face it, I couldn't imagine a better leader than Trump to handle the negotiations he is doing in the way he's doing right now. It is in a Trump way, I agree. It is unprecedented. It is unique. It is
Radical.
ballsy. It is aggressive. It is dominating. But he will win because he has the edge. And I believe him when he's saying that people or countries are lining up, kissing his ass to make a proper deal because they know they have the lesser cards in their hand, and they cannot make the perfect move. So I'm bullish still, and I'm just so disappointed that we have these comments at all, because people just, these are the kind of people that would like to jump at the first opportunity they have to prove us wrong. That's the only thing that's happening here, because the run isn't over. We're in the middle of a trade war, in the middle of negotiations, and just watch. Our prediction, or at least my prediction, is that we are going to see higher prices around the end of July. America will buy Bitcoin, I think 1 million pieces of them. We will see, definitely, we will see rate cuts the 18th of June, perhaps even sooner, which the markets are speculating right now. Sorry?
Maybe in May already? Isn't there a meeting in May?
There's like a 30% chance, so there could be cuts then
It's gonna
already.
go up. It's gonna go up. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna go up.
Yeah, that's what the markets are speculating about right now. So I don't want to disagree on that per se, but what I do want to make clear is that so many things are happening around June, July. So I'm still thinking that we will see a pretty cool Q3, a pretty cool Q4. The Bitcoin X, where I keep forgetting her name, but not Catherine, Christine, Senator Lemons. She will probably have this through around the beginning of 2026. So I think it has a average chance of getting through. It's at around 40 to 60% chance that it will actually get approved. But let's imagine that it does. Then we will see the most bullish 2026 ever, and we'll just have an extended cycle. So um, these kind of comments are just people who love to take the first opportunity to tell us that we're wrong while we're still in the middle of it. So take a breath, touch some grass, relax, and enjoy the ride because history is being written in front of us. And to me, as a financial connoisseur, it is actually very enjoyable to watch what is happening right now. And to be honest, I much rather have crashing economies or crashing. I'm saying that wrong. Crashing markets,
Mm-hmm.
recovering economies, and much rather have that than having to deal with wokeness or all these kind of shit things, these crazy upside down, you know, don't want to get too deep in those conversations, but I'm loving what is happening right now, and I couldn't wish for a better person to do it. I'm not saying that Trump is the holy man or the perfect guy in every way, but in this regard, as a financial investor, as a crypto investor, I am loving Trump every day more and more.
No, he's just doing what's necessary, right? He's doing
Facts.
exactly what the people voted for.
Hmm.
Because I think you talked about it on X a lot, but for people that don't follow you on X,
Hmm.
the most of people have no idea in what kind of situation the American
Hmm.
economy was in. They had a debt of like 36, 37 trillion, and it was going up by the month with 1 trillion. So it's no way it's a sustainable debt. So what is Trump doing? Trump is doing aggressive tactics to you highlighted to reset the to crash the markets and to reset the economy. And yes, I also did
Yep.
some researching about this, and it looks like the whole China and America tariffs. China is a big holder of the US Treasury bonds. And I think that America, they want less China involvement in the US Treasuries. So that's why they how do you call it? That's why they sell out the bonds, crash the markets, and that's why the China and USD is also crashing, the China USD pair. What
Yep.
are we
Yep.
looking at, Mike? What are we looking at? May?
So I'm seeing that Omar
Ah,
suggested in the comments
yes,
that
I
May
said it has
already has
to.
a
It has to.
56% chance on cuts.
It's obvious.
Um, so it is increasing very fast, and then it makes more sense that the 18th of June is
Got it.
having a
Got it.
higher percentage on the 50 bips basically. So it makes sense that this is the way it is, and that we will see definite cuts in the 18th of June, and this will probably increase even more. Yeah, I can see it happen for sure.
That
Thank you for notifying us.
it's obvious, right? It's obvious. I mean,
Hmm.
we saw it in 2024. It's
Hmm.
critical thinking, guys. Even though the Fed they came on TV said in mid 2024, we're not gonna pivot anymore. We're not gonna pause or something. I don't know what they said, but we said on a podcast they have to stop. They have to cut now, and they exactly did what we expected. Even though the majority of people didn't expect to them to cut, it's obvious they have to cut, guys. Because look at what's happening. Look at the world, look at the geopolitics. The state of America's economy is done. Trump's crashed the market so that the economy can be reset. The Fed has to come in, step in, and pivot. They have to cut down the interest rate so that borrowing is an easy opinion again, of easy option, and hopefully there's a lot of money coming in the economy. What's going to happen with the tariffs and all that other stuff, we just have to see. But one thing we do know is that Trump is attracting a lot of money into the States with projects and manufacturers going to build. And this wasn't the case before. And I think that most people don't understand that if America is the biggest market that you want to export your products, and if it's now getting more expensive to export to America, and you, instead of exporting, you can make it and manufacture it in America, you, instead of losing money, your revenue goes up. So it's a simple 1 + 1 is 2, guys. But everybody claims to be economic guy. Everybody claims to know this and to know that. Y'all don't know shit, man. Just take it from me.
So the refinancing of the debt has to happen within like 6 months, I believe. So
6 trillion,
and
right? 6 or 7 trillion, I think they want to
yeah,
pull
I
back.
think yeah, 7 trillion. I kind of forgot because I'm mixing up two numbers because you're saying that a lot of investment is going to be made in America. I think the counter went from 2 trillion all the way to 6 or 7
Yep,
trillion
yep,
already.
yep.
Already, guys. This is
Like 2 weeks.
insane.
In 2 weeks,
2
because
weeks
2 weeks
time.
ago we said it was 2 trillion, and that
Mhm.
Biden did in 4 years 1 trillion. Trump is in 2 months,
Yep.
he did 2 trillion, and now 2 weeks later it's tripled. It's went from 2 to 6
It
trillion
is.
investment. It's
It is insane. So I'm reading a lot of comments also
people
on
don't
TikTok. I
understand.
was commenting on a different video. It's because some doesn't matter. Yeah, anyway, people were started to comment on my video or on my comment, and they were saying, yeah, but it will take like 5 or decades for them to build factories. You don't understand. The moment they cannot make or they can make more money by building a factory anywhere else, they will do it and they will do it quickly,
ASAP.
especially if they're spending trillions, guys. They're spending multiple billions and billions and billions, and it's just going to increase. And there's also a question in the YouTube comments right now. How will this affect, for example, cost operation of Apple products in Europe? Um, I'm not too sure how it will reflect on Europe, but what I think will happen is that all the factory, all the production, it will go to the United States. It's that simple. So let's say, for example, that something is being produced right now in China. It will just go to America, and everyone is saying, yeah, well, but it's so expensive in America and blah blah blah. That's because they have a disadvantage. That's because China does it cheaper. That's because they cannot innovate. They cannot do it. Actually, Omar shared a very interesting image in our VIP community chats, which I'm just going to pull up because it was so insightful that I want to share it with you today as well. Where you pretty much saw the difference of how the US basically lost their trade dominance over time, which happened very quick. Here it is.
Too quick.
Let me see if I can share my screen again. Um, share screen, and let's go to this one. Right, so you can see it, I can imagine. So pretty
Yep.
much in the year 2000, it's a bit. It was bigger on my phone. Just give me 1 second. Let me open it in my browser. You can you still see it or no? Now you're seeing it. Okay, wait.
Yeah, it's
That
it's there, I think. They see it.
yeah. Sorry. Wait. Let me stop this screen. Share another screen, and let's go to the Chrome one. Okay, now it's bigger now. So pretty much this was
Yep.
the countries that had the US as the larger trading partner, and the red ones are China as the larger trading partners. Pretty much you can see that they're doing trades for 2 billion or 2000 billion, apologies, and China was doing it for 470 billion. Fast forward 24 years later, it's pretty much China dominated. So of course, a lot of the production is now being done in China. Why? Because they just have cheaper labor, better equipment. They can
Resources, everything.
they're more optimized for this kind of work. So if you start forcing factories, companies, these kind of things to pretty much go and do this in the US, it will automatically improve. I'm not saying that it will be the best this year, but over time, and keep in mind that what always amazed me about the Chinese is that I've been to China with school. I've done a business education, business bachelor, and we went to Shanghai to see how the Chinese operate in business. Um, the main differences with the West is that we're pretty much if we're or drafting a business plan or something, our long-term goal is like 5 or 10 years. Where do we stand in 5 years? Where do we stand in 10 years? That's pretty much the short-term goal for China. China has plans that go 30 years, 50 years, even generations far. So, and now you see it in action. You're seeing that China is dominating the US. Why? Because they focused on the long term. And that's why I think people should really get a grip on what their expectations are. And it just makes perfect sense to me what is happening right now with China. And to answer your question, how this will reflect on Apple products, at a certain point, the chips will be manufactured in America. We're already seeing that the chip producers are moving from, I believe, Taiwan to the United States. We're already seeing that, for example, China was hitting back with the rare earths tariffs, which is, of course, a power play by China. But this is also the reason why Trump wants to sign a rare earth minerals deal with Ukraine. It is all making sense when you're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. So again, it will take time. And of course, especially this year, perhaps even next year or the next 3 or 4 years, you might see an increased cost on Apple products or these kind of things. But in the long term, when I'm talking 5+ years or whatever, it will start to make sense. And I hope it happens sooner. But again, I think people are very impatient. It's the same with crypto. It's the same with Bitcoin. It's the same with altcoins. It's the same with these tariffs. It's the same with the direction Trump is heading in, because he's only in office for 2.5 months and people are already impatient, saying it doesn't work, commenting on the videos that we won't see 400k Bitcoin. People are the most impatient people out there. And this is why the poor stay poor and the rich remain rich. The people who have the patience is a virtue, they will win. They will understand, and they have the comprehension to actually understand the vision and to follow along with the vision. So I'm not saying that it's only up from here, but I am saying that this is the way, and everybody will be very thankful of Trump. Even the opposition, even the Democrats, even the stupid people that are being paid to hold up signs somewhere in a demonstration that they're being sponsored by Alex and George Soros. Even those people will be very, very happy that Trump is in this direction.
You think so? I don't think so, man, Mike. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think
They
that those
will.
people will be happy. Why? Because you're taking away their fraud, the misuse of money. This is what they do. They
But
lie.
the
They
people holding the sites aren't in on the fraud, man. That is stop corruption, you know. Of
mm,
course, the real deep state won't be happy. The people who are committing the fraud, filling their own pockets, they will, of course, get the short end of the stick. But the people holding the signs that are being
no.
paid by George Soros, the elderly people going to on a Trump protest, these kind of people, even they will be happy.
Of course, because Trump will give them money. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
they don't like him, but he's gonna give them $5,000 per head. So, if as a U.S. citizen, so I wanted to add one more thing about the China's rare earth minerals that you said, and I did read something about not only tariffs, but he's trying to ban China's exports from rare earth minerals to different countries. Now that is a problem. Why? Because China, Taiwan, they make all the ionium, halonium, germanium. I don't know all the names, but that's for EV cars, the batteries, chips, computers,
Mhm.
etc., etc.
Yep.
So there is a big gap happening right now because on one side we have China who has the resources, but they want to ban the export of their resources. And on the other hand, we have this growing, uh, growing vraag, the growing need for electric cars, new chips, new motherboards, etc. But America, they don't have the resources to mine this or to even make these chips. So I think China, they know in what kind of position they're in. Trump know this also.
Mhm.
My point is, China's trying to, not trying to, China's gonna make us life much harder the coming years. Why? Because everything has been imported from China will now be banned or maybe 100% tariffed. So if a battery or let's say a car costs you 50,000 because the battery costs 20,000, then a car is now gonna cost 70,000 because the battery costs 40,000 now. Just a simple basic example of how this will work. the stuff coming out of China, if it's not coming from there anymore, we have to get it somewhere else. And if we zoom in on that, then you see, okay, that somewhere else is going to take a few years for it to be like ready to mine and then to make. So there is a big gap happening. And with the shortage that we have on the chips and all the resources needed for making of these chips, I think there's a big hole that's turning up right there. And I think, in my opinion, that is why the stock market is reacting so negatively. Because I hear all these people talking about Black Monday. It's a black, but why? What is so special about this day that stock markets tanked 30%, or let's say, for example, or whatever? What is the main reason of the main driver that Bitcoin is down to 77K? It could not be the tariffs. Why? Because we know that the tariffs are short-term, short-lived moments. And we know it's all fugazi. So in my opinion, there should be something beneath all of this. And I think that's what we know. And what kind of claim do I have this to back up? And Nvidia, this is the biggest company in the Western, let's say, for example. And if they don't have their chips anymore, the stocks go down. So if the biggest company goes down, the whole stock markets go down. Everybody is panicking. And this trickles into crypto. Crypto is very volatile, low liquidity at the moment. That's why the prices are falling down. My point is, it's not over. I see a lot of people saying it's over. We're going to 50K, 40K. I don't know what these people are doing, or what kind of news they're reading, or maybe what they're smoking. I don't know. Give me some of that shit, But it's crazy to see that they don't believe in the future, especially when we have been the last 3 years screaming to everybody, guys, buy Bitcoin. We've been on the streets since those 15K. Buy Bitcoin. Why don't you buy Bitcoin? I don't believe in it. Okay, but it's gonna go higher. It went higher. Still people don't believe it. So I think if you don't want to listen, you have to. We need horen wat moet voelen. Those that don't want to listen, you have to feel what's gonna happen, and that's where I hope that you guys don't fumble the bag and have at least some kind of crypto, because the coming years, decades, with the whole 4D chess that Trump is playing, the world is going to be shaken up, going to be torn apart, and I think it's going to be crazy, especially in Europe. If I may want to close on this topic, because I've said this a lot of times. In Europe, you can definitely see that they get their information from another source. My point is, people who are claiming factual evidence in Europe, in the EU, they're saying it's disinformation, it's fake. So the only critical thinking I can do is to think that there will be a ministry of truth in the EU, because how is there then a way to check what is correct and what is not correct? My point is, the EU is going in some kind of dystopian, euphorian world. I don't know what's happening, guys.
Europe is
But
next level lost.
It's too crazy for words. So bear with us on this. There is gonna be a ministry of truth. There already was a ministry of truth. I don't know this, but I've claimed it a few months ago. I'm saying it again. The EU is going the wrong path. It's not the right direction.
It is crazy because they're going full force on this, and we have been laughing in the VIP community about this because we were already saying the Europe will bark, they will bark, be tough, say and threaten that they're all on the same front, but in the meantime, I think who was it, France or Italy? They're just knocking on Trump's door to make a special deal. They're not all united. Europe is one kind of corrupt gang, pretty much holding everyone in there, and if they don't comply, they will get either fined or they will get removed of their voting rights.
They got
killed. They get fucking removed. I mean, come on, let's what was the situation in France? They
Marine
banned
Le Pen,
they banned her as well. They canceled the Romanian elections. Come on, man. They're postponing the Ukrainian elections. Europe is corrupt. It's the most corrupt gang of world leaders. It is insane.
Say it how it is, Mike. It's child porn, satanic, children, blood drinking, pedophile. Say it how it is. You guys, you're fucking with the wrong people, man. But don't worry, God has a plan for all of these people.
And it is exaggeration, and I think that people, they really underestimate these things. But I do believe that information is getting out slowly but surely. But it's so hard for people to really believe this kind of shit, and it is only opening up to, let's say, 1 maximum 5% of the European population, because most of the people, they are not aware of the Demming Doofpot. They're not aware of all the pedophile shit that is happening. So, Justin, you're retarded. I'm going to ban you. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is, what I'm saying is one thing. Europe is lost. They're in a panic mode, and they were threatening with the tariffs. Trump pretty much put them in place. Now they're saying they're willing to talk about the 0 tariffs. They will not do it. Everybody is playing into Trump's hand. Even China is playing into Trump's hand. I know that they are going on a full fight with Trump, but this is something, and I'm kind of amazed because I'm looking at all the things Trump is doing, and also looking at how every country reacts, from Canada to Mexico to Europe to Japan to Taiwan to every country. And the way he is doing it, it's almost like political art, it's so amazing to me to see how they are all doing exactly what they want, even when they're um, going on the attack themselves.
Fully against him.
Yeah, so China is increasing their own tariffs. They're threatening, but it's actually what he wants to happen, because now he can throw even higher tariffs on them. Now he
Yes.
can force more factories to actually go and move from China, or at least expand their business to the US.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly on every front what Trump wants. So this is so amazing to me, and it is truly art. And I think that in Europe, they're in full panic mode, of course. They're playing along, saying that they're tough, but everybody knows they're not tough. And now they're trying to, see their options, talking with China, these kind of things. But Europe is just simply on a self-destructing path, and the CBDCs is one part of it. But like you're saying, Ian, I also think that the Ministry of Truth, which isn't truthful at all, please keep this in mind. What Ian is talking about is one giant censorship machine. It's this instead of debunking misinformation, which usually most of the time wasn't even misinformation, but the truth, which is the crazy part about it. They will now pre-bunk it. We have talked about this many times, Ian, in the VIP community, I think on our podcast, live stream, mentioned it many times, but you have to realize that, and this is already announced. It is not us speculating. This is what is going to happen. The European Union, von der Leyen, she actually announced that they will pre-bunk information. So a Ministry of Truth will happen. I think you're going to pull up the video, Ian, or not?
Yes, I'm searching the article right now.
It is insane, because what in a sense what will happen is that once information is, so let's say we're talking in this podcast right now, instead of debunking and saying, which is happening right now, and in fact my Instagram is banned. I'm going to court on the 23rd of April to get my account back, and hopefully sue them for some money as well, so hopefully that goes my way. But it is pure censorship. And the crazy thing about it is that they will go a step further, and they will pretty much remove information before it's put out there. So censorship will increase. They will not allow freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is already destroyed. It is insane. You want me to open the link, Ian?
Yeah, please let the people know what we're talking about.
So can you? Oh wait, should I have to share it with you guys? All right, so here we have the video where we're talking about, what we're talking about right now.
That's Christine. That is Ursula von der Leyen explaining that they will do so.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, Ursula von der Leyen is pretty much the leader of the European Union, also unelected, by the way, because people throw this out there for Elon Musk, but she is actually the leader of the European Union, unelected, put there. Also, the rabbit hole goes deep with von der Leyen because they're sisters with. Don't want to go there, but do some research on that. Okay.
No.
Sorry, guys. Audio's there? Is audio there?
No audio. No audio. No audio. No audio.
You sure?
Yeah.
Chat. Was there audio? No, wait. Let me reshare my screen. One moment. Stop this one. And share the screen. Als u audio deelt, oké. Sharing
And
right now.
also check this one when you're done.
Yep. Okay, sorry, for some reason it's kind of glitching right now. Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon. Click the screen item in your... Okay, wait, this is annoying. Give me 1 second. I know what to do. Mayday. Holla the guap.
Hold on, coming in.
Euros,
Yeah,
dinero, duku stacks. Let's get it. Share screen. All right, here we go. With audio.
see?
As technology evolves, we need to build up societal immunity around information manipulation. Because research has shown that pre-bunking is
Pre-bunking.
than debunking. Pre-bunking is basically debunking. In short, prevention is preferable to cure. Perhaps if you think of information manipulation as a virus, instead of treating an infection once it has taken hold, that is debunking. It is much better to vaccinate so that the body is inoculated.
Crazy.
Debunking is the same approach.
Crazy.
Because disinformation relies on people passing it on to others. It is essential that people know what malign information's influence is and what the techniques are that are behind it.
Insane.
And as the knowledge goes up, our chances of being influenced
This is totally upside down, man.
up the society really is resilient.
And what crazy is that the people, they believe this. They believe that what this woman is saying is correct. But let me remind you, that's why I sent another video, Mike, because I'm busy with the red pill, other videos, but I'm missing some crucial information. I'm missing the evidence that George Soros is funding the attacks on Tesla factories, that he's
They
funding
are. But
I know, but I have it, but we know this already. But the factual evidence, I have the documents, everything, so we're gonna go into that. But the second video I sent you was that the whole rearm Europe thing, and with the whole rearm Europe, I say that the pensions, there's something wrong with our pensions. That's why they want to accelerate the CBDC. They need more money. How are they gonna get this money? Well, I talk with a lot of people. They're gonna print more money. They say no, they're not gonna print. Of course, they're gonna print, but they're gonna print less. What they're gonna do? That's why I'd like you to play the second video. They are going to take private savings from UA citizens.
Yep.
Guys, you don't understand. They want to fund a war with your money, your pension, your savings, I don't understand. But please, Mike, just play the video. It's in German, so we have translation subtitles for it, so you can maybe down the noise sound a little bit. But
And
crazy.
Shakir, I am banned from Instagram. That's why you're not seeing me right now. But the VIP sees me. We're here weekly, and also I'm just in the VIP now, honestly, to be honest.
And what I think, guys, is that they say that we're the crazy guys, but this is real life shit. This is happening right now, and we're the crazy guys because we're exposing their truth. Come on, man. And they want to pre-bunk us. No, please, let's play from the beginning.
Okay. Anyway, let me put it from the start. I cannot put the sound louder, so sorry if the audio's...
Nee, zachter, because it's in German.
Oh.
It's in German. Yeah, it's subtitled.
Frau von der Leyen braucht Geld, 800 Milliarden Euro für Aufrüstung. Darüber hinaus will sie, private Ersparnisse in Investitionen umwandeln. Die Kommissionspräsidentin nennt das...
Look at her face. She's like, oh no, you expose me.
Schon der Name ist ein Etikettenschwindel. Sparen will Frau von der Leyen natürlich nicht. Im Gegenteil. Sie will mehr ausgeben, und zwar das Geld der Bürger. Für den Krieg in der Ukraine sollen sämtliche Sparkonten Europas geplündert werden. Wir Deutschen wissen sehr gut, wie vertrauensvoll Sie, Frau von der Leyen, mit dem Geld der Steuerzahler umgehen. Als Verteidigungsministerin in Berlin haben Sie öffentliche Aufträge unter der Hand vergeben. Der Bundesrechnungshof sprach von, Zitat, systematischen Verstößen gegen das Vergaberecht. Mehrere Millionen Euro wurden ohne Ausschreibung an befreundete Berater gezahlt. Belastende Nachrichten und Chats wurden gelöscht. Zur Untersuchung der Vorwürfe setzte der Bundestag einen Untersuchungsausschuss ein. Doch der drohenden Entlassung sind Sie, Frau von der Leyen, durch Flucht nach Brüssel entkommen, weggelobt von Angela Merkel. Und hier machen Sie genau so weiter. Impfstoffe für 35 Milliarden Euro in der Corona-Krise, wieder per SMS, wieder bei einem guten Bekannten. Auch in diesem Fall ermittelt die Staatsanwaltschaft und auch in diesem Fall sind alle belastenden Nachrichten von Ihrem Handy verschwunden. 800 Milliarden Euro wollen Sie jetzt haben, unter Umgehung des Parlaments. Das dürfen wir nicht zulassen, Kollegen. Niemals sollte diese Frau Schulden in unserem Namen machen dürfen. Niemals darf diese Frau Zugriff auf die Ersparnisse der Bürger bekommen. Auch wir wollen eine bessere Ausrüstung der Bundeswehr. Wir wollen aber nicht, dass unsere Steuergelder an Freunde und Bekannte der
Amazing, amazing. It's amazing, amazing. We need more like those people. You have Thierry in Nederland, you have the AfD in Germany, you have Trump and Elon in America. You have in Italy, you have the Meloni, the woman. You have in Viktor Orban in Hungary. You have in Poland some people. Guys, it's gonna explode itself. The truth is stranger than fiction, my friends. I'm telling you, truth is stranger than fiction. Yes, ZSM.
So the thing is, guys, this is way worse than you guys think. Europe is lost, and you have to. The woman we are showing is actually in charge. So we can think of so many things, but Europe is lost, and they are going full gas into this direction, and it is just insane to me. It is a crazy world. It is all upside down. They are now happily going to implement the CBDCs. I keep repeating it every live stream, at least for now. It is the financial vaccination. You should avoid it at all costs and try to use alternatives as long as you can. And yeah, I'm really suggesting people leave the European Union as quick as they can. And there are a few ways to do that. The first and most easy way anybody can do is to buy Bitcoin. And people, I know, we're seeing the notifications, I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the DMs on other platforms. People try and laugh about a 70K Bitcoin right now. I will laugh at them when Bitcoin is a higher price and it brought me not necessarily financial freedom, but total freedom. And Bitcoin goes further than just financial freedom. And that's just something that people cannot comprehend because they cannot even comprehend that Bitcoin will go to multiple millions, even hundreds of millions. But that's a different discussion because you can already see how people react when I'm saying that Bitcoin will go to 400,000 this or next year. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go to hundreds of millions this year, but I am thinking we will see like a 10 million around 2030 already. This goes way faster than people think. So Bitcoin is the answer. Everywhere I go, I preach Bitcoin. And it's something you can do right now. It will not save you for 2026. I am aware of this, but all your savings, all your money, I'm no financial advisor, but you will thank me in the future, is that I think you should put as much as you can in Bitcoin. This is your only way out if you're not able to make digital money or digital income. The other ways is trading. There are so many ways to make digital money. I do think that most of the digital jobs out there will be replaced with AI really soon. Designers already killed. If you're paying for a designer right now, you're getting fucked. Text writers already fucked. Web designers, so many things are already gone. So there's not much left. Besides trading, I do really recommend that you learn how to trade because most of the digital jobs will be probably the ones that get replaced with AI the soonest. And all physical jobs won't get you anywhere when you're leaving the European Union, or you have to be happy with whatever the country provides where you're headed at. Personally, I was thinking of staying in Asia right now, which I am right now, and I will stay probably until August or something. But I am thinking of going to the United States because I think it's I just want to see how it is there, of course. I think it's going in the right direction. I'm very curious to see things from up close, maybe even interview people there, what they think about Trump, what they think about the direction the states are headed in. So I'm really considering going there, or at least in that direction, and see what is actually happening on the streets, and perhaps go to like these demonstrations, perhaps interview some of the people. I'm really curious what information they will provide, and then we can have great discussions about it. But my point is, you should definitely leave Europe as soon as you can. And I think the deadline for it is preferably as soon as you can, but for sure in 2026. If you wait longer than that, it will continue to be harder and harder to escape, not only because of the increased cost of living, but also because the euro is pretty much failed, and you will it goes so much further than just the central banking digital currencies, because they are actually turning Europe into a slave nation. They are purposely destroying the economy, the countries, making it more unsafe, importing dangerous people, messing with your food. You're
Messing
just
with our children.
messing with your children. They're being made gay, they're being made weak, they're being injected vaccines through food, through meat, through other things. So slowly but surely you will die. And you know what's also curious to me? I am in Japan right now. I was in Indonesia. I haven't seen one single stripe in the air of an airplane. Explain that to me.
Okay.
Why doesn't it happen in Indonesia? And these kind of things are very conspiracy theorist kind of thoughts. I am aware of this, but it does make you think. And you're slowly getting killed. Trust me, Europe is not the way. And I do pray for you that you are able to find an escape as soon as you can. And it should be one of your top priorities, honestly. Europe is lost.
Yeah, facts, man. This yeah, I like that comment too. That's pretty wild if you ask me.
Mhm.
No, but yeah, I have to fully agree with you, Mike. In my opinion, I'd like to leave here before 1 January of 2027. That's my final destination, my final deadline, I mean.
Yep.
But yeah, man, get out. Get out. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Is Suriname still the target for you, or will you go to a different country first?
Yeah, good question. I've been talking about this with a lot of friends, some partners, my parents, of course. But if let's say we take a whiteboard and we write up all the possible, all the possibilities where we could go, then I would say that Suriname has the most advantages, yes. And that's purely because there is, let's say, there is like some a technological gap between like you don't have everybody has a mobile phone, but you don't have how do you say 5G internet everywhere or glasvezel everywhere, or they don't have apps like Ideal or Tiki or this digital economy. They don't have it, which indicates that they don't have any control. So this also indicates that they're very tax how do you call it? The taxing is very weak, low. So there's almost no tax. You have so much freedom. You can plant whatever you want. There's so much sunlight. The soil is so prolific, so rich. You can plant anything. It just
Fertile.
grows. Yeah, fertile. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's Suriname is a place to be. But everything I just said is not the main reason. The main reason is that two things. One, we know that Europe is going left because they want to fund a war that is unnecessary, aka or i.e. they make our life harder for EU citizens to pay a unnecessary war that we have to pay for it. And two, in Suriname, we don't have any unnecessary wars, but they have found a gold mine, and that is the oil. There's a lot of oil in the coast of Suriname. It's like 15 to 20 billion is estimated that they will get into their hands, the government. So this fixes Suriname problem by 3-4 times. Every country has a deficit problem. They spend too much. Every government spends too much. There's less money coming in. So the deficit, it has to be plus positive by investments. So this investment of 20 billion from Total Energy, some Shell or some other companies, this will definitely give a boost to the Surinamese economy. So the coming years, in Suriname, there is a much better, how do you call it, vooruitzicht.
Expectation.
Yeah, it's a much better expectation than what's coming in Europe, because we know what's coming in Europe. We know that they give misinformation. We know that they're fucked. We know they're going left. We know there's a depression coming. We know unnecessary
Financial
war. We
slavery.
know, yes. So
Total control.
it's obvious. Any place is better than Europe, but in my case,
For
it would be Suriname, because I have a background in
Okay.
Suriname. I know the people there, and there is a boom coming. We're entrepreneurs. We're we like to achieve something in life. We like to go get it, money getters. So that's why
Do
you want
you-
economic booms.
Do you want to know the cost of electricity or power? Is there like because like for example in Ethiopia where we are mining our Bitcoin, they have like a huge water dam which is pretty much generating power
Free energy.
very, very cheaply. So
Yeah.
I think the government is charging like 1 cent, and then they sell it to these companies for 2 cents, and then they install server rooms, and they keep adding cents on it, right? So the
No, in
the
Suriname,
vehicle
it's
price-
different. In Suriname, it's different. You can just go and do it. There's no government that's gonna tell you cannot do it, or you must take this. Of course, they want you to take their energy because it's a monopoly in Suriname. There's one energy supplier, ABS. But that doesn't automatically mean, especially with the tech that we have from EU, we're not reliant or waiting for them. We can just make our own energy, like sun energy or via the water energy or air energy, the molens. So yes, energy is much cheaper in Suriname than I don't know if it's what the prices are to be exact, but you can get free energy everywhere because there's always a river flowing somewhere. There's always wind blowing anywhere. So you don't have to go to the government. Hey, I'd like to buy this. Let me give you one, and I can get two back or something. I don't. That's not necessary.
Okay, interesting. Do you have anything to add, Ian?
No, nothing to add. Just that last time we checked at the chart, we said that BTCD has to go up. It happened. That if BTC goes up, the alts will get wrecked a little bit more. That's exactly what's happening. And I did also say last week, because I checked the video, that it should be no problem as long as Bitcoin stays above the 85K. And as you can see, I think it was exactly that day. Yes, it was Wednesday 2 April, where we wicked to like 88K, but we couldn't hold the 85K level, and we just went below it. So it's obvious that we would like to go lower. And in my analysis, it's 80K, 77K, 74K, 71. And I think, in my honest opinion, it should stop at 69, 68K, this downtrend. But it's just prognose, hypothesis. We have to see how it plays out.
I think that, of course, no one knows, but I think that if I had to speculate, I think around June, maybe May, we are slightly going up, especially if we're seeing the rate cuts happening in May already. Also, the M2 money supply, where a lot of people are looking at, which is still pretty much going the same way as the Bitcoin price is going, is estimated around the 1st of May or something. So it would make sense that we're only going down for about 3 more weeks. Usually, looking at it from a psychological perspective, we're also, it makes sense that if we think that the bottom will be like 73, 71, according to the technical analysis, then it is pretty interesting to see that usually you drop through that support, go a bit lower beneath the key support level of 70K, which is a major psychological level as well, and then drop to 69, 68. Makes perfect sense to me if you ask me. So this is probably something you will see. And if we go up sooner, which could be the case, but especially seeing that the negotiations between China are still going on, especially seeing that Europe still is doing things, seeing that Canada is still screaming and shouting. They will not win. We already know.
Speaking about China, did you see that they want to impose 400% tariffs on China?
They have been talking about this. I think that Mr. Wonderful, what's his name? I forgot
Yeah,
his
Kevin
real name.
O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary.
Yep, he's saying that he wants it. Has nothing to do with it though. But
400? Come on, man. I mean, that's a little bit
yeah,
over
but
exaggerating. I mean,
nah, I don't think so because I was discussing this exact number in the VIP today actually, and I think that it would make perfect sense to increase them even more because the higher the tariffs, the better position they have in a negotiation. And also, there's China has about 2 to 3% of their GDP is US import reliant, and for the US it's only 0.5%. So again, the US is in the
underhandling
in,
speeds.
yeah, they have a better negotiation position. They have the upper hand in this situation. It's not like a huge upper hand like we have with Canada or Mexico. So it makes perfect sense to me that they're putting up a fight, but the US still has the upper hand. So I think this will go the way. Shall I share this this link, Ian? I saw that
Yeah,
you
this
shared
is
something.
the speech from Kevin O'Leary where he says F China.
Okay, am I sharing it?
Not yet.
No, I'm not sharing it.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China. They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, sell it
Facts.
back here.
Yeah, this is what China
Yep.
does. Yeah?
Never has an administration.
Sorry, I just want to say this real quick because this is something that Trump was talking about as well. There is, of course, a difference in tariffs, but also currency manipulation and trade barriers is another factor. But this is an additional thing as well. And this is why I think that people will start to appreciate production in the US more because when you're looking at things that are being produced in China, they simply copy it, make it cheaper, make it better, and you invested a lot of money to get it off the ground. And this is how China gets you. Chinese people are smart. It is smart in a way, let's admit it, but they're not playing by the book. And Kevin O'Leary is
I want
saying
Xi
that.
on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. This is not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. I'll tell you why. Xi can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well, hold on a second, Kevin. Well, I hear you, but hold on.
Stop it.
If we're talking about people...
Trump knows this, right? And that's why he's doing it right now, because they have to do it. They know that the US, what you said, they're in some kind of position. They import everything from everywhere over the world. But they're done with it. They're done for paying other people's stuff and goods and services, because the American people have to pay for it, and they're done with it. So I really love what they're doing. Keep it up. Fuck the haters. Fuck the PABs. Everybody.
Agree with it more. Loving what we're seeing, not in panic mode.
Never.
Trust the process. Laughing at the people who take this first opportunity to tell us that we're wrong, but you're wrong. And time will tell. And it's that simple. And I highly suggest to anybody commenting on our videos saying that we're crazy or these things, sell all your Bitcoin. That's the only thing I want to tell you. Speak to you in 12 months or something. And
we'll
trust
see how
God,
you're doing.
trust the process, trust fate. It is that simple. One thing I want to add, which is kind of irrelevant to the subject we're talking about, I'm working on a Dutch intermediate course right now. Been spending a lot of time on this, which will be freely available in our learning environment. And I love doing this because it's so much more advanced than the starter course. Of course, the starter course is already 10 hours. It's pretty amazing. But this intermediate course, where we're really showing how things are done, think about multi-signature wallets, think about wipe codes on your wallets, think about securing MetaMask with hardware wallets, think about staking and earning rewards, all these kind of advanced things that people usually don't benefit from, all packed into a free course. So I'm looking very forward to that. Also, Ome Jan in our VIP community, the coach, the trade master, the chart manipulator, he is working on a free trading course as well. So we've already put a free forex course in the learning environment. We're putting up so much information because, again, when the markets are down, you either build or you trade. And also, we will be starting to trade starting somewhere next week when this course is finished, when everything is uploaded. I think it will probably take a few more days. I estimate somewhere next week. Also, a huge part of the 16 people in our coaching trajects will be finished by that time. So expect a lot of more trading in our community. Expect a lot of more free information in the learning environment. And I think you will love it. And if you're Dutch, if you're already part of the learning environment, definitely go check it out somewhere next week. And that's it for my part for today.
Yeah, man. Stay safe. The trenches are for real, for real. Yeah, stay safe, guys. We'll see you next time. Remember, every Wednesday, right? 2 p.m. Europe time. And we'll see you next time. Stay safe. Keep stacking the no-brainers. And we'll see you later.
If I do crypto, this ain't gambling.